2-0 victory tonight over St. Louis. Overall thoughts on the way your team played, and how significant is this win for your team?
Yeah, it's a good win. It's a good opponent, a good test for our group. It wasn't the most beautiful soccer game we've ever seen. St. Louis does a good job of clogging the midfield and pressing and picking up second balls and fighting and doing everything they can to recover it. We knew that's how they played from the game last year, so we were much better prepared for the physical duels. So it was good for us to show that we can, if we need to. The boys can, scrap it with a good team. But yeah, there were some really good moments and really good combination play. Overall, it wasn't a ton of soccer going on, but sometimes you have to do what the game asks you to do, and I thought the boys played very well with that.
There were some stretches tonight where both teams were sending a lot of really long balls up and over the top. Was that by design, or was that sort of a get the ball out of trouble and let's regroup kind of approach?
Yeah, we scored really early in the second half. And I think they want to play enough that they try to build. But ultimately, when you're down 2-0, you have to find a way to get entries, and finding a way to put it on top of us and pick up second balls was a tactic for a little while. And not to say that that's a bad tactic, because we can do it as well. If you put it on top of the center backs and you got enough guys around, you can pick up second balls and start playing in their half.
Coach, you guys have had 3 quick starts now in back-to-back games. Is that something you talk about in the locker room with the guys, or is it just kind of a product of whatever happens on the field?
The plan is to score a goal in the first 3 minutes. No, it's we want to start as fast as we can. We talk a lot about energy and talk a lot about the how you set the mentality, but makes you feel a heck of a lot better when you score early.
Eddie Munjoma was saying that obviously in the last couple of years, Emil was sort of the guy on a lot of those restarts, and he wanted the role of doing free kicks. Was there ever any doubt going into this season that he would take on that role for you, or was it not so much an open competition?
Yeah, Eddie hits a really good ball from the right side, and he hits 20 a day at least after the end of training, and when you're putting the team's cooling down, and you look over and Eddie's smacking free kicks over the dummies, it's hard to take it away from him. He grabs the ball and sets him down and picks up a bag and goes out and curls him over the wall, and he strikes a really good free kick. And he's gotten a lot better at it. So it hasn't been the way he's hitting the ball right now has not been the way he hit it 2 years ago. This is a lot of practice. So it shows that a little extra work and repetition can produce some good results.
You mentioned a goal early in each half, and obviously the first one was a beautiful free kick. The second one looked a little lucky when he took the long serve from Canute, and I don't know if it was a defender or the goalie that he knocked it off of from a crazy angle. Can that be more deflating when you get a goal like that again for the other team?
Sure. Yeah, early in the second half, I'm sure they regrouped at halftime. They didn't change a whole lot tactically, didn't look like, for that start, but we talked at halftime about entries and putting more balls on top of the goalkeeper, and I actually thought Nick Taylor should have served it earlier, but he cut it back to Canute, who whipped it in, and let's say what it was. It wasn't as intended. He floated it a little more than he thought, but Ed chased it down, and Eddie was trying to smash it across the face of the goal, and it happened to, I don't know who it hit, but hit somebody and went in, so we'll take it.
Shane Lanson got his first starting goal tonight. What did you think of the way he handled the moment and just managed his nerves and excitement and anything else that goes into your first start?
I thought he was excellent. I thought he was really good. And he wasn't called on to make any big time saves in the run of play, but he had to collect a bunch of crosses and high balls, and he seemed very composed and calm. And for a first start for a goalkeeper, for the coach on the sideline, it's about as best as I could feel when he's coming and claiming crosses, and he looked very sure-handed. And we know we have a good goalkeeper in Shane, and he was biding his time until he had the opportunity, and his opportunity's now.
Another guy making his debut tonight, Brandon Tervega, one of the transfers, didn't quite go 90 minutes. He went, 89 and a half.
Right.
What did you think of his debut?
He was very good. He's a very good passer of the ball. He's very competitive. Brandon is a top college center back. He's an excellent player, and he adds a different element to our game when he's on it, and he can really pick out some passes. And he can also battle for balls in the air and win entry balls, and he's a very good player.
You have a couple of days to turn around, and you have UC Riverside coming in Monday night. Do you want to tweak anything, or just tell your guys keep doing everything you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to change a lot, you know, when you're off to a good start. There's always things we can clean up. We were a little sloppy in some places. We need to pass the ball better. We need to push the opponent deeper. We need to pin them in their half. And we need to dominate the ball better. But you got to be pretty happy at 3-0 to start the year, and off on the right foot. But this is very early in the journey here. We've taken 3 steps, and there's 20 more to go.